We are joined now by Bob Haight, who is the Inform's General Chair this year. Now that is a lot to handle. What are the important topics being discussed this year?
Right. Well, being a general chair isn't too bad because there's so many people in Informs that make the job really easy. Very willing volunteers, very capable people. So it's really a pleasure to be the general chair. And when I look back over the meeting so far, I think one of the most important topics was brought up by our president, Ann Robinson, yesterday during her plenary talk, where she talks about the nexus between analytics and operations research and the great opportunity our profession has to combine those things and really make better decisions. We all know that analytics is the process of transforming data into insight to make better decisions, and I think that she really made that point clearly and enthusiastically yesterday. So I think that's probably one of the most important topics that we're seeing here.
Sure. And why are these conferences so important?
Well, the conferences are important to not only as a social occasion for people to come together and trade ideas and renew friendships and relationships. They're also a way to see where the field is going in general, and I think some of the keynote speakers that we have at the conference are really focusing on the use of data to create insight, to make better decisions, and both in the public sector and in the private sector. So for example, for today's plenary talks, we have Lawrence Wine, who's from Stanford, who's going to be talking about the use of data-driven OR techniques in healthcare, say for allocating blood transfusions to patients. And then in the afternoon, we have Mark Van Oven from Target Corporation, who's going to talk about the use of the data that they collect to look at product placement, customer loyalty, and all the things that sort of make a big corporation run. So those are two really good examples of the application of OR both in the public sector and the private sector, and that's what we try to emphasize here at this conference.
Sure. Now you work for the USDA Forest Service. How is that connected to the field of analytics?
Right. So I'm an economist with the U.S. Forest Service. It's an agency in the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And the Forest Service is responsible for managing a vast network of national forests in the United States, and also serving a myriad of different private forest landowners. So the way my job works is that I look at delivering services, how to deliver services more effectively and efficiently to the public at large. And so a good example of that is my work in forest fire control and suppression. Forest Service spends over $1 billion annually in fire suppression, and my work involves using OR techniques and analytics to design more cost-effective programs.
Ways to get that done. Well, thank you very much for being here. I know you're very busy as the General Chair of Inform's. Bob Haight.
My pleasure.